Hello, welcome to Inches D.I.Y. Today I'm making a little shelf or set of shelves for my local bowling club. They had a set of shelves collapse because they were made out of MDF that was just tacked together. So I'm going to make some steel ones. I've got some old steel here that I'm going to give a polish up and paint. I've got some new here. So I'm just going to go 1300 uprights and 4 of those. And then the shelves are going to be 600. So I'm not going to miter anything, I'm just going to lap join everything, weld it up, and we should have quite a sturdy shelf. Alright, so I'm just working under the shade here. These were a bit scaly, so I'm just cleaning them up. It's a bit of a slow process. I'll probably paint them with a Kilrush paint. Fairly confident there's enough material in there to make these shelves last. I'll just do 2 at a time. I'll swap grinders and I'll start cutting, just to give that grinder a chance to cool down. Alright, it's getting pretty late in the day. What I'm going to do is just get one of these perfect, tack it all up, and then I'll just clamp all the others to it and just bus, get it all welded together. So let me get on with it. I'm just capping these because that'll be the front edge of the shelf just to make it safe, and also these caps will provide a little bit of structure, particularly across these pieces where that joint's quite weak because these tubes are very thin. And then across the back for a bit of support I've just welded these triangles that are also capping the back. So I've got 2 more to do and then I'll be ready to treat this rust and give them a paint. So here I am. It's a bit of a rough and ready job. I've slapped some of this thick black paint that I got from Aldi. It's called a Metal Care paint. I've just slapped that all over, and before I did that I rust treated it and then wiped it off with detergent. Alright, here we are at the job site. These MDF shelves collapsed. So they were just made with some MDF supports that weren't very good, especially when they were only brad nailed together. So I've welded up these ones. These are my 2 outside ones. They're made out of a lighter steel. These ones are a bit heavier. They're in the middle. I'll be doing the bulk of the lifting. I've got my tools here. Got a few clamps. Got these wing nut screws. The wing nuts just shear off when they get to the metal, and that gives you a nice clearance hole so it pulls up tight. There's a few cabinet screws in there already that stick out too far, so I'm just going to nip them off. Drill and jigsaw just to cut those MDF bits to size. So let me get on with it. Alright, I'm just doing the maths for this. 780, there's going to be 3 gaps, so I've just got to divide that. So 27 divided by 9 divided by 3 equals 9. And 80, 3 goes into it how many times? Twice. And then how many leftovers? 2, 3, and then 20. 3 goes into 26 times. Alright, there's 2 mil remaining. So I've got to cut these corners out. Then I've got to make another pocket for the middle frame. Then this measurement again. Then another pocket. I'll just cut all those out. Alright, it's all set up. Got a water damage end on some of the boards, so I'm going to cut that off. Then I'm just going to notch out little squares like that for the frame to fit in. 4 sets of them. I'll be cutting for a while. Alright, this is going to be the hard part of the job. Alright, what I got to do is feed the steel work into the shelf work, and that is not going to be easy, especially because the shelves that go in the middle are made out of the heavier grade of steel. So let me see if I've got the muscle for the job. what I'm going to do now is just get those wing nut screws and screw this all down. I might come back later, any of these that have got a heap of warp in them, I'll just screw something to the front edge of it just to straighten it up. But that's looking all right. Basically what I did, so I just use these screws, pull this down nice and tight on the frame, pulled it down to all these brackets which should be square, and it is relatively sturdy. If I wanted to make it more sturdy, in the future I might come back and put some timbers through here and then just pull that up. That'll also get that bow out of the shelf. Also, what I could do is just put a wire or a series of wires across the back and just twist them tight. But I'm pretty happy with how it's gone so far. I think it's a good, sturdy, safe shelf that we'll be able to load up goodly ways.